So thank you everyone for coming out to today's Lunch and Learn on Loftware NiceLabel migration. And I want to thank Jared, I'll thank him again, but I want to thank Jared for joining in from the Loftware team. It's great for him to put his time and effort into what you're going to hear today and learn today. So just before we get started, if you have any questions, please put them into the chat box. We will get to those questions at the end. So we'll let Jared go through the presentation and then present everything. But as you're listening, you can definitely type those in, and we'll try and get to all the questions. And we'll be recording the session and forwarding it to all the participants. So everybody that signed on, we will be forwarding off this recording of this webinar. So just a little bit about Portable Intelligence. Just before we jump in with Jared, we've been working in the WMS field for over 20 years. We really revolve around managing inventory and warehouse management for several different ERPs and help them out in that area. So if you do have any questions at the end, please feel free to get in touch with me. My name is John Adams. You'll see that information at the end. And like I said, today's presenter is going to be Jared Goike. He's the Alliance Director for Loftware. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Jared. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, John. I appreciate the warm introduction. And to kind of give you a preview of what I'll talk about today, I'll spend not the whole hour, probably about 20 minutes, just kind of walking through what's going on with Loftware Print Server, which is known as LPS, and the go forward path from there. And then what I found in similar webinars is the conversation creates questions. So I encourage you, as you think of something, to type it in, and we'll address all the questions at the end. They can go a lot of different directions, and happy to talk through it and get you the information that you're looking for, and probably the reason why you joined the call. All right, so real quick on what we're going to talk about today. First, I'll walk through LPS and what's going on with the retirement. Then I'll get into the product that replaces it and how different customers can migrate from one to the other. So that's a real high overview of what we'll go through today. All right, so let's start with Loftware and Portable Intelligence, and I'll even get into NiceLabel. So we're at a tremendous advantage right now because Portable Intelligence is a integrator, not just for a traditional Loftware company LPS, but also for NiceLabel. So we're lucky enough to work with Portable Intelligence, who creates integrations with multiple different solutions for lots of different ERPs, right? They can do a lot of different things. So together, we actually have a lot of customers using both solutions, driving a lot of different printers, and it's customers that have lots of different use cases. So what that means is we have a good starting point for this migration from one product to the other. Because on one hand, Portable Intelligence has been selling LPS and integrations for a long time. And on the other hand, the solution that LPS is transitioning to is one that Portable Intelligence is already familiar with and also already has a lot of customers on. So there's a lot of, the word I like to use in this situation, there's a lot of credibility for both organizations to be your migration path or to continue your labeling journey with Portable Intelligence and with Loftware. All right. As we get in, so Loftware Print Server, I'll just kind of introduce that for a second, and you can read some of the dates that are on the screen. But Loftware Print Server was developed in the early 90s, late 2000s, or early 2000s, late 90s. It's been a very good product for a very long time. A lot of people liken it to a Zebra printer, where it's something that you might have put in 20 or 30 years ago and it still runs today, right? It's just a tank. So it's been a good product for a long time. It watches, to summarize what it does today in most integrations, is it watches for data, typically through a file drop. It picks that data up, turns it into a print stream for a printer, and sends the job to a printer. So that's the real shorthanded version of what LPS does. And it's done it for a long time, and it's been great, and you hardly ever have to service or support it. It just runs. So this is all the good news. The hard part about LPS is it was created with technology that has become very archaic. legacy technology, which doesn't lend itself well to anything new that comes out today. And it makes it very difficult to support, right? To find a developer that knows some of the language and framework that it was built on is not even a developer, but somebody in support that's familiar with some of those things is really challenging. So 3 years ago now, I get that date right, 3 years ago now, Loftware combined with NiceLabel. So NiceLabel is at the time would have been a competitor in the market, but NiceLabel is a platform that's built on modern technology, has a lot of integrations already. And like I said earlier, Portable Intelligence is already working with NiceLabel, already does integrations with NiceLabel. So that's what's going on. Is LPS is reaching its end of support at the end of this year now, and NiceLabel is the migration path from LPS moving forward. Okay. So the big question is, what is NiceLabel? So what is this different product, and how does it work, and different things like that. The biggest thing that you'll notice is it's built on current technology. It has a lot of things for future use cases, whether it's cloud or APIs, but particular for the current use case, how it's used today or how LPS is used today, is it can accept a file drop the same way LPS did, and it can drive a printer the exact same way LPS did. So there's no real structural change in the integration. It's almost identical. But it's modern software doing it. And one of the things that an end user might notice first is it has a modern UI for label design. So it's a lot easier for you as a customer that's using the software. If you want to go in and create or modify a template, the UI to do so is going to look like a modern Microsoft Office application. All right, so any business user that's familiar with PowerPoint, Word or Excel, but PowerPoint in particular, because it's probably closest to that product, is going to be able to go in and drag, drop, click, move stuff around, modify templates, and deploy them instantly. The NiceLabel platform's been around. NiceLabel's been around for almost 25 years, so similar to Loftware, but the current platform that's built on .NET technology has been around since 2016. So it's not like you're migrating from an old product to a brand new product, but a product that's probably jumped the chasm in its life cycle and is mature but still growing. All right, I will keep us moving forward. So the big question is, okay, how do I migrate? What do I need to do? What are the steps that I need to take? So the first thing I'll introduce is Portable Intelligence is offering a promotional upgrade path from LPS to NiceLabel if you're an existing LPS customer that has a support contract. There's a very easy migration path to follow. So there's a promotion to help get you from LPS to NiceLabel. And then even after you go through the promotion or the migration, one of the things that we do is we continue to support LPS. So we might deliver NiceLabel, but we'll continue to support LPS so that you have time to install it, to test it, fully test it out, and then transition production from LPS to NiceLabel. All right, so you don't have to service or support both. Well, what we actually do is we credit back your support for LPS, but we continue to support LPS for you while you're on the path to NiceLabel. The process, first of all, it's a very simple download. You'll get links to download the software, install it locally. The integration is the configuration file for the integration is already complete and done, so you can put that in place instantly. And then some customers might need a little bit of effort from Portable Intelligence or a little bit of training to do some configurations, like if you have to configure a new printer or Windows printer, or make some sort of minor tweak to the configuration for your unique environment. But the migration itself is not a heavy 3-month project where somebody's got to code something and then there's a lot of professional services work to migrate anything. It's not like that at all. It's a simple install, insert the file, and begin testing fairly quickly. For the label templates themselves, we do have a file converter utility, which allows us to take in your LWL files, we'll run them through the utility and return NiceLabel files. So even that part of the migration is very, very simple and straightforward. I would say 90 to 95% of the files are converted very cleanly. So there's not a lot of work to do, but sometimes an object will move or some type of error will come back, which we can address. So that part of the migration is very simple as well. All right. Keep this moving forward and in the right direction. The last thing I want to point out, we've been transitioning customers off of LPS really for the past 5 years, but more to NiceLabel for the past 2 years. So the point I want to make is you won't be the first customer that's done this. A lot of customers have come already. A lot of customers have gone through, cutting their teeth on the file converter to make sure that works cleanly, or to make sure the integration gets installed correctly. The point is we've done it before, and you're in a good position because a lot of the tools that we use to help migrate and Portable Intelligence, their ability to migrate a customer has already been proven out, right? So that's the big message I want to share here is you're not the first. A lot of customers have done it. We encourage you to do it at any point this year when it makes most sense for you. And I want to remind you that we don't stop supporting LPS this year. So if you start your process in March, for example, but you're not up and running on NiceLabel till June, that time from March to June will continue to support LPS for you. All right. I think this is a good point to begin taking some questions about any questions that have come up. Happy to take them and respond to them. And I'll keep some contacts up on the screen while we work through these. So John or Parminder, is there anything that comes up top of mind that you've thought of, or any questions left unanswered that we can address?
Yeah, Mark, I think we had a question, right?
Wait, do you have the question? Hold on.
Well, while you guys look at those, I see something that I probably didn't introduce very well at the beginning. So I run alliances at Loftware, which is our relationship with other software companies that use our software as a part of their solution. And the rep that you see on the screen, Kimberly Jones, she's going to work directly with Portable Intelligence. So as you have questions about licensing or anything that comes up, she would be the point of contact.
So one of the questions, Jared, we have is regarding cost. The question is the cost similar to what we paid in the past?
Yeah, great question. Fair question. The answer is yes. It's probably going to be a little bit more than LPS was, but you shouldn't see a dramatic change.
There's another question in the chat. Can I convert Loftware templates to NiceLabel myself using the conversion utility, or do I have to go through PI to get them converted?
Yeah, so great question. We have a converter that's available to PI, so you would have to send it to PI. And the reason we can't send it to you yet to use, and it's a simple upload, but the reason we can't share it with you yet is from a legal standpoint, we don't have a legal agreement in place for you to use that tool. With PI, we have a legal agreement between organizations on things that we can share. So that's the only reason. But it's very simple. Just zip up your files. I'll actually give you kind of the guidance on it right now. If you take your LWL files, put them in a folder called and title it labels, zip that folder up, send it to PI. They'll put it in the converter, and you'll get a report back, typically pretty quick.
Great. I just want to add in here one thing that I noticed, that we have a lot of the current customers on attending the webinar. So the way you would contact, I'm more for people that aren't a customer of Portable Intelligence yet. But if you're a current customer, please feel free to reach out to support, and you all know how to get a hold of our support already. So like I said, if you want to talk about that, just reach out to support, and somebody will get in touch with you to help you migrate.
Yes, and I do have a one quick questions that we have come across in the past. Jared, this is Parminder from Portable Intelligence. The question usually is customers who are on active support with LPS. When they transition to NiceLabel, what happens to that support? Does it get ported over to the new product, the NiceLabel Loftware in this case, or how does that look like, and how does the support work?
Yep. So the remaining support is credited back. So it's like we end that agreement. And then with the migration purchase order or new order, there'd be new support on that. So it starts a new term. But we credit back what's remaining on LPS and then start a new term for NiceLabel. And the big point I made earlier, just to I guess reiterate one more time, is even though we credit back LPS support, we don't stop supporting that customer, because we realize that even though the order transacted today, the likelihood that they're up in production in NiceLabel today is very low, right? They would probably receive it today, install it tomorrow, test it the day after, go live. There's a process before they go live from LPS to NiceLabel. And I should also point out, LPS never stops working or gets turned off or anything like that. As customers of LPS, you own that license into perpetuity. The only thing that happens is we stop supporting it at the end of this year, and there's essentially no more bug fixes or development on it. It's kept alive, but it's, Microsoft comes out with an update and it breaks something. We're not going back to update LPS any longer for that update. So hopefully that helps.
We have another question in the Q&A session from Young. So his question is, where do we get NiceLabel software from, and how long the trial license works?
Yeah. So good questions. If you're looking to download a trial of the NiceLabel software, you can go right to Loftware's website. There's a downloads tab, and you can select NiceLabel, and you'll be able to put it directly on your workstation. It will start in trial mode. That trial mode will last for 30 days. And that should be plenty of time to do any testing or anything that you need to do.
Oh, sorry. I heard somebody there. Oh,
Nope.
well, I think that's the last question that I see. So I do want to reiterate that we will be sending over a copy of the video. And we did have a contest for registrants on winning a Uber Eats gift card. So the winners will be receiving the email saying that you're the lucky winner, and you'll be getting the gift card to enable you to order in some lunch, because today was a lunch and learn. So if there isn't any last questions, we'll let everybody go and get back to work. And hopefully one day when the card shows up, you can have a nice lunch. Any questions at all? I don't see anything. So thank you very much, Jared. You did a great job explaining everything. And hopefully we continue this relationship with you for another 20, 30 years that we've been doing it already. And we'll talk to everybody soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.